Have you ever wondered if there are still secrets hidden inside one of K-pop's biggest groups, even after years in the spotlight? What if some of the most surprising truths about Stray Kids were hiding in plain sight this whole time? From unexpected behind-the-scenes moments to discoveries that completely changed how fans see the members, there are stories that even longtime stays are only beginning to piece together. And the most shocking part? Some of these revelations weren't uncovered through scandals or dramatic leaks. They emerged through years of observations, old footage, forgotten interviews, and tiny details that suddenly started making sense. Stray Kids have built a reputation for being one of the most open and authentic groups in K-pop. They write their own music, share their struggles, and often let fans see sides of them that many idols keep private. But despite that transparency, there are still mysteries surrounding the group that continue to fascinate fans around the world. Tonight, we're diving deep into 5 shocking secrets about Stray Kids that fans have only recently started to fully understand. Some will make you see certain members in a completely different way. Others reveal just how much effort, sacrifice, and hidden talent exists behind the group's success. Which discovery completely changed the way fans viewed a member's journey? Which hidden truth remained unnoticed for years despite being right in front of millions of viewers? And what secret became one of the most talked about revelations among stays worldwide? Stay with us until the very end, because each ranking uncovers a piece of the puzzle that makes Stray Kids one of the most fascinating groups in modern K-pop history. Let's begin with number 5. Number 5. The hidden leader behind the leader, who quietly shaped Stray Kids' future. When people think about leadership in Stray Kids, one name immediately comes to mind: Bangchan. After all, he's the official leader, the producer, the mentor, and the person many fans credit for holding the team together through years of challenges. But recently, many fans began realizing something surprising after revisiting old content, interviews, and behind-the-scenes footage. There may have been another member quietly helping guide the group in ways that went unnoticed for years. That member is Lee No. At first glance, this discovery sounds impossible. Lee No is often known for his dry humor, unpredictable jokes, and calm personality. He isn't usually the first member fans associate with emotional speeches or public leadership. Yet the deeper fans looked, the more evidence they found suggesting that Lee No has quietly served as one of the group's strongest emotional anchors from the very beginning. The realization started when fans began compiling old videos from Stray Kids' trainee era and early debut years. In many situations where members seemed nervous, exhausted, or overwhelmed, Lee No was often nearby offering practical support. Not through dramatic speeches or emotional moments, but through actions. He frequently checked on younger members, helped maintain discipline during practice sessions, and wasn't afraid to be honest when improvements were needed. What makes this especially interesting is that Lee No joined JYP later than several other members. Unlike Bangchan, who spent years training before debut, Lee No had significantly less trainee time. Many people assumed he would naturally follow rather than lead. Instead, fans eventually noticed that his unique background may have given him a different kind of strength. Before becoming an idol, Lee No worked as a professional backup dancer. He performed on major stages and experienced firsthand what life was like behind the scenes of the entertainment industry. That experience taught him discipline, professionalism, and the importance of teamwork long before Stray Kids officially debuted. As fans revisited old interviews, they noticed a pattern. Multiple members would casually mention Lee No helping them improve, giving advice, or keeping them focused during difficult periods. The comments often seemed minor at the time, but when viewed together, they painted a completely different picture. One reason this secret remained hidden for so long is because Lee No rarely talks about these contributions himself. Unlike traditional leaders who openly guide a group, he often operates quietly in the background. His influence tends to appear in subtle ways, reminding members to take care of themselves, encouraging them during stressful schedules, or maintaining a sense of structure when things become chaotic. Many stays were particularly surprised after watching behind-the-scenes footage from world tours. During exhausting travel schedules, Lee No was frequently seen checking on members without drawing attention to himself. Sometimes he would help organize situations before staff even stepped in. Other times he would simply stay close to a member who appeared tired or anxious. Fans also discovered another interesting detail. Several younger members often react differently when receiving feedback from Lino. Rather than treating his comments as casual suggestions, they frequently respond with immediate attention and respect. This led many fans to wonder whether his influence inside the group has always been much bigger than outsiders realized. The emotional impact of this discovery became even stronger because it challenged common assumptions about leadership itself. Most people imagine leaders as the loudest voices in the room. But Stray Kids showed fans another possibility. Sometimes leadership isn't about standing in front. Sometimes it's about quietly supporting everyone around you so consistently that people only realize your importance years later. What makes Lee No's role especially meaningful is the balance he provides within the team. Bang Chan often carries enormous responsibilities as producer and official leader. Having another member who can help stabilize the group's atmosphere behind the scenes may have been one of the hidden reasons Stray Kids remained so united throughout their journey. Fans who once viewed Lee No primarily as the group's funny and unpredictable member suddenly began seeing an entirely different side of him. They started recognizing the maturity, reliability, and quiet strength that had been present all along. It wasn't that Lee No changed. Instead, fans finally noticed what had always been there. Perhaps that's why this revelation spread so quickly among the fandom. It wasn't a shocking secret because it exposed something negative. It was shocking because it revealed a level of dedication that many people had overlooked. The more fans examined old content, the clearer the pattern became. Behind countless successful moments, difficult challenges, and emotional milestones, Lee No was often playing an invisible but essential role. And the most fascinating part? If fans missed something this important for so many years, what other hidden truths about Stray Kids are still waiting to be uncovered? Because when we move to number 4, we'll discover a secret involving a member whose hidden abilities left even longtime fans completely speechless. Number 4. The talent nobody expected, a skill hidden in plain sight for years. When fans talk about Stray Kids, certain members are immediately associated with specific strengths. Some are known for producing music. Others are recognized for powerful performances, vocals, rap, or stage presence. But one discovery that recently exploded among stays involved a member whose hidden abilities were so understated that many fans completely overlooked them for years. That member is Seungmin. At first, this may sound surprising. After all, Seungmin has always been respected as one of STRY Kids' strongest vocalists. Fans know his voice, his stability during live performances, and his dedication to improving as a singer. But the secret wasn't about singing itself. It was about the incredible level of professionalism, preparation, and technical understanding behind every performance, something many people only recently started noticing after revisiting years of content. The discovery began when fans started comparing old practice videos, recording sessions, live broadcasts, concert footage, and interviews. While most viewers focused on the final performance, others became fascinated by what happened behind the scenes. The more they looked, the more they realized Seungmin wasn't simply showing up and singing well. He was approaching his craft with a level of discipline usually associated with veteran artists who had spent decades mastering their profession. One of the first clues appeared during recording sessions released by the group. Fans noticed that Seungmin often paid attention to details that casual listeners would never hear. Tiny pronunciation adjustments, subtle emotional changes in delivery, small breathing techniques. The difference between one take and another might sound insignificant to most people, yet Seungmin would continue refining lines until they matched the exact feeling he wanted to convey. For many fans, this became a shocking realization. While some idols rely heavily on natural talent, Seungmin appeared obsessed with constant improvement. Every performance seemed to be treated as an opportunity to learn something new. Every challenge became another chance to grow. The deeper fans investigated, the more examples they found. During interviews, other members occasionally mentioned Seungmin's work ethic. Sometimes they joked about how seriously he approached practice. At the time, These comments sounded like ordinary compliments. Years later, however, fans began connecting the dots. What stood out wasn't just his effort. It was his consistency. In the entertainment industry, maintaining motivation over long periods can be incredibly difficult. Success often creates comfort. Busy schedules create exhaustion. Yet Seungmin repeatedly demonstrated the same commitment regardless of circumstances. Whether performing on a massive world tour stage or participating in a small content shoot, his attention to quality rarely seemed to change. Many stays were particularly surprised after discovering stories about how much independent study Seungmin does outside official schedules. Throughout the years, he has openly expressed admiration for respected singers and musicians. Rather than simply enjoying their music, he often analyzes their techniques, performances, and vocal approaches. Fans gradually realized that Seungmin treats learning as an ongoing process rather than a destination. This revelation became even more fascinating because of his public image. Seungmin is often calm, polite, and composed. He doesn't always attract attention through dramatic gestures or loud personalities. As a result, many people underestimated just how intensely focused he is behind the scenes. Some fans compared him to an iceberg. What audiences see represents only a small portion of the effort taking place underneath the surface. The polished vocals heard during concerts are merely the visible result of countless unseen hours dedicated to preparation. As old footage resurfaced online, fans noticed another interesting pattern. Whenever difficult vocal parts appeared in Stray Kids songs, Seungmin rarely treated them as obstacles. Instead, he seemed genuinely excited by challenges. Higher notes, emotional sections, demanding live arrangements, rather than avoiding them, he often embraced them. That mindset transformed how many fans viewed his role within the group. Instead of seeing him solely as a talented vocalist, they began recognizing him as one of STRY Kids' most dedicated craftsmen. Someone constantly refining, adjusting, and evolving his abilities regardless of how much success he had already achieved. The emotional impact of this discovery came from its relatability. Many people dream of becoming better at something, but maintaining consistent effort year after year is incredibly difficult. Seeing Seungmin pursue growth with such determination inspired countless fans to rethink their own goals and ambitions. Some even described the realization as motivational. Success isn't always about dramatic breakthroughs. Sometimes it's built through thousands of small improvements that nobody notices until years later. Seungmin became a powerful example of that principle. Another reason this secret surprised so many fans is because it challenged a common misconception in K-pop. Audiences often focus on flashy moments, the viral clips, the high notes, the spectacular performances. But behind every impressive moment lies an enormous amount of preparation. Seungmin's hidden dedication reminded fans of the invisible work required to achieve excellence. As more people revisited Stray Kids content with fresh eyes, they found countless examples supporting the same conclusion. Whether in recording booths, rehearsals, interviews, or live stages, Seungmin consistently demonstrated the mindset of someone committed to mastering his craft. And perhaps that's what made the revelation so powerful. The hidden talent wasn't merely his voice. It was his relentless pursuit of improvement. A skill that cannot be measured by charts, awards, or statistics, yet plays a major role in every success he achieves. For years, this extraordinary quality remained hidden behind smiles, performances, and everyday content. But once fans noticed it, they couldn't stop seeing it everywhere. And if Seungmin's secret dedication was surprising, the discovery waiting at number 3 is even more unbelievable. Because the next member's hidden story reveals a side of Stray Kids that many fans never imagined existed beneath the spotlight. Number 3. The unexpected genius, a creative mind fans completely underestimated. For years, many casual fans looked at Han and immediately noticed the obvious things first. His explosive rap delivery, his incredible stage presence, his quick humor, his ability to make almost any variety show moment entertaining. To many viewers, Han seemed like the energetic all-rounder who could instantly brighten the atmosphere wherever he went. But recently, fans revisiting SDRY Kid's history uncovered something far more impressive hiding beneath that playful image. The shocking secret was not simply that Han is talented, it was that his creative abilities run far deeper than most people ever realized. The discovery started when fans began examining the group's songwriting credits more closely. Many newer listeners already knew that Stray Kids were heavily involved in creating their own music, but few fully understood just how much work Han had contributed over the years. The deeper people looked, the more surprising the picture became. What shocked many fans was the sheer range of ideas Han helped bring to life. One day he could write emotionally vulnerable lyrics that reflected loneliness, uncertainty, or personal growth. The next day, he could contribute to a high-energy track packed with confidence and intensity. Instead of being limited to one emotional style, Han repeatedly demonstrated an ability to explore completely different perspectives. At first, many fans thought this versatility was simply part of being a talented songwriter. But as more content resurfaced, another realization emerged. Han wasn't just creating lyrics. He was often helping shape the emotional identity of songs themselves. When listeners connect deeply with music, they usually focus on how a song makes them feel. What many don't realize is how difficult it is to create those emotions intentionally. A songwriter must understand storytelling, pacing, atmosphere, and human psychology all at once. Fans gradually began noticing that Han seemed unusually skilled at translating complex feelings into simple but powerful messages. This realization became even more surprising when people remembered how young he was when many of these contributions were made. While most teenagers and young adults are still figuring out their own identities, Han was already participating in projects that resonated with millions of listeners worldwide. The emotional maturity reflected in some of his work suddenly seemed far more impressive when viewed through that lens. As fans continued exploring old interviews, recording sessions, and behind-the-scenes clips, another pattern appeared. Han often approached creativity differently from what people expected. Many assume great ideas arrive through sudden inspiration. Yet Han frequently spoke about observation, watching people, reflecting on experiences, paying attention to emotions that others might overlook. Instead of relying solely on imagination, he often drew from real feelings and real situations. This helped explain why so many fans found Stray Kids songs relatable. The emotions felt genuine because they often came from genuine reflections. The revelation became even bigger when fans compared Han's public personality with his creative output. On camera, he can be playful, chaotic, and endlessly entertaining. Behind the scenes, however, there appeared to be a deeply reflective side that many viewers rarely saw. Suddenly, countless moments from older content started making sense. Fans remembered times when Han spoke thoughtfully about personal struggles, self-confidence, pressure, or growth. At the time, those moments seemed like ordinary conversations. Looking back, they now appeared to be glimpses into the mindset of someone constantly analyzing the world around him. Many stays described the discovery as almost shocking because it challenged their original assumptions. They hadn't misunderstood Han entirely, but they had only been seeing one part of him. The energetic performer on stage was real. The funny variety show personality was real. The playful friend joking with members was real. But hidden beneath all of that was also an exceptionally observant creative thinker whose influence extended far beyond what most casual viewers realized. The more fans investigated, the more examples they found supporting this idea. Lyrics containing subtle emotional layers, themes that connected across different songs, personal reflections woven into music in ways that listeners only recognized years later. Some fans even compared Han to a storyteller disguised as an idol. That comparison resonated because great storytellers possess a unique ability. They notice things other people miss. They capture emotions that are difficult to describe. They transform ordinary experiences into something meaningful. As fans revisited Han's work, many began realizing that this skill had been present all along. What made the discovery especially emotional was understanding how much courage creativity often requires. Writing lyrics means sharing pieces of your thoughts. Creating music means exposing emotions that many people prefer to keep private. Yet, throughout SDRY Kids' journey, Han repeatedly contributed ideas that allowed listeners to feel understood during difficult moments in their own lives. For countless fans, this changed how they viewed his role within the group. Instead of simply seeing a talented rapper who occasionally wrote songs, they began recognizing one of the creative engines helping drive SDRY Kids' artistic identity forward. And perhaps that is why this secret became so fascinating. It wasn't hidden because people deliberately ignored it. It remained hidden because Han made it look effortless. The jokes came naturally. The performances looked effortless. The creativity seemed automatic. But once fans examined the years of work behind those achievements, they realized something extraordinary. What appeared effortless was actually the result of remarkable intelligence, observation, emotional awareness, and dedication. A creative genius had been standing in front of them the entire time. And yet, as surprising as Han's hidden creative depth may be, it still isn't the biggest revelation on this list. Because number 2 uncovers a secret surrounding a member whose transformation over the years has left even veteran stays absolutely stunned. Number 2. The transformation nobody saw coming, a journey hidden behind the spotlight. If there is one member whose story has surprised fans more and more as the years have passed, it is undoubtedly Changbin. Today, most people immediately recognize him as one of SDRY Kids' most powerful performers. His rapid-fire rap delivery, commanding stage presence, and unmistakable confidence have become defining parts of the group's identity. But a shocking discovery that many fans have only recently begun to fully appreciate is just how dramatic his personal transformation has been since the early days of his journey. At first glance, Changbin often appears fearless. On stage, he projects strength. In performances, he radiates confidence. In interviews, he frequently displays humor and self-assurance. Because of this image, many newer fans assume he has always been that way. They imagine that the confident artist standing before sold-out crowds is the same person he was years ago. But when fans started revisiting old footage, trainee stories, interviews, and early Stray Kids content, they discovered a much more complex reality. The confident performer everyone knows today was built through years of persistence, growth, self-reflection, and determination. The revelation began when longtime fans started sharing clips from the group's earliest days. In those videos, Changbin was already talented, but many viewers noticed subtle differences. His confidence existed, but it hadn't yet developed into the powerful presence people recognize today. Like many young trainees chasing a dream, he faced uncertainty. There were moments of pressure, moments of doubt, moments when success was far from guaranteed. What surprised fans most was learning how many obstacles existed behind the scenes during that period. The entertainment industry is incredibly competitive. Thousands of talented young people enter training programs hoping for an opportunity that only a small percentage will ever receive. Every evaluation matters. Every performance matters. Every mistake can feel enormous. For years, fans primarily saw the results. They saw the performances. They saw the achievements. They saw the awards. But they rarely saw the countless hours of preparation required to reach that level. As more stories surfaced, fans began realizing that Changbin's greatest strength may not have been talent alone. It was resilience. Again and again, old content revealed someone determined to improve no matter the challenge. Instead of avoiding criticism, he often embraced it. Instead of becoming discouraged by setbacks, he used them as motivation. Instead of remaining comfortable with his existing abilities, he pushed himself to evolve. That mindset slowly transformed him into the artist fans know today. One particularly fascinating aspect of this discovery involved how Changbin approached self-confidence. Many people assume confidence comes naturally. They believe some individuals are simply born fearless. But Changbin's journey suggested something very different. Real confidence is often built. It grows through experience. It develops through overcoming obstacles. It emerges after surviving moments that once seemed impossible. Fans revisiting years of content noticed this progression happening almost in real time. The young trainee gradually became a reliable performer. The performer evolved into a respected rapper. The rapper developed into a creative contributor. And eventually, that contributor became one of the central pillars helping define SDRY Kid's identity. The emotional impact of this realization hit many fans hard because it reflected a truth that applies far beyond K-pop. Growth is rarely dramatic while it is happening. Most transformations occur slowly. Day by day. Practice by practice. Challenge by challenge. Looking back, however, the difference becomes extraordinary. Many stays described feeling inspired after seeing this side of Changbin's story. Not because he was perfect, but because he wasn't. His journey demonstrated that progress does not require perfection. It requires persistence. The more fans studied his development, the more examples they found. His stage confidence became stronger. His artistic contributions became more refined. His communication with fans became more comfortable. His understanding of himself appeared to deepen. Every year added another layer to his growth. Another reason this secret surprised so many people is that Changbin rarely presents his journey as something extraordinary. He often focuses on the present. He jokes with members. He entertains audiences. He continues working. As a result, newer fans sometimes miss how remarkable the overall transformation truly is. Only when people compare different stages of his career side by side does the full picture become visible. Suddenly, the change feels astonishing. The person standing on global stages today is still the same Changbin. Yet he is also the result of years of effort, learning, sacrifice, and personal development. For many fans, that realization completely changed how they viewed him. They no longer saw only a powerful rapper. They saw a symbol of perseverance. A reminder that extraordinary achievements are often built through ordinary acts of consistency repeated over long periods of time. And perhaps that's why this revelation became one of the most meaningful discoveries among stays. Because hidden beneath the performances was a story of transformation that many people never fully appreciated until now. But despite everything we've uncovered so far, the biggest secret is still waiting. The revelation at number 1 isn't just surprising, it completely changes how many fans understand Stray Kids as a group. Because the final secret involves a member whose influence has quietly shaped the entire story from the very beginning. Number 1. The secret architect of Stray Kids, the vision that changed everything. When fans think about the success story of Stray Kids, they usually focus on the incredible performances, the powerful music, the unforgettable concerts, and the unique personalities that make every member special. But after years of discoveries, old interviews, behind-the-scenes footage, and countless fan discussions, one shocking truth has become impossible to ignore. The biggest secret wasn't hidden inside a single performance, a single song, or a single moment. It was hidden inside the foundation of Stray Kids itself. And at the center of that foundation stands Bang Chan. Many newer fans know Bang Chan as the group's leader, producer, and one of the most recognizable faces of Stray Kids. What they often don't fully realize is how much of the group's identity can be traced back to years before their official debut. Long before millions of fans around the world knew the name Stray Kids, Bang Chan was already spending years as a trainee, learning every aspect of the industry. While many future idols focused primarily on singing, dancing, or performing, he was quietly developing something much bigger, a vision. As fans revisited old stories and interviews, they discovered just how deeply involved he was in shaping the group from the very beginning. This wasn't simply a leader managing a team after debut. This was someone helping build the DNA of the team itself. The realization shocked many fans because the scale of his influence became clearer with time. The group's musical direction, their creative independence, their emphasis on self-production, their strong team identity, their willingness to tell authentic stories through music. Many of these elements existed because of foundations established long before the public ever saw them. The deeper fans looked, the more impressive the story became. Being a leader in K-pop is already a difficult responsibility. Being a producer is difficult. Being a mentor is difficult. Being a performer is difficult. Yet Bang Chan was balancing all of those responsibilities simultaneously while helping create an environment where every member could grow. What made the discovery especially emotional was understanding how much pressure that role likely carried. Every group faces challenges. Every team experiences uncertainty. Every dream encounters obstacles. Yet throughout those moments, Bang Chan consistently worked to keep the group moving forward. Many fans revisiting early content noticed something remarkable. Whenever members spoke about difficult periods, Bang Chan often appeared nearby offering guidance, encouragement, or support. Not because he was required to, because he genuinely cared. Over time, fans began recognizing that one of SDRY Kid's greatest strengths wasn't merely talent. It was trust. The trust between members. The trust built through years of shared experiences. The trust that allowed them to create music honestly and pursue ambitious goals together. And according to countless stories shared over the years, Bang Chan played an enormous role in helping establish that culture. Perhaps the biggest surprise of all was realizing that his influence extended beyond music and leadership. He helped create an atmosphere where individuality was celebrated. Each member developed a unique identity. Each member contributed something different. Each member found a place within the team. That balance is far more difficult to achieve than many people realize. Some groups succeed because of talent. Others succeed because of chemistry. Stray Kids managed to develop both. And as fans connected the dots across years of content, many concluded that Bang Chan's vision helped make that possible. The shocking secret wasn't that he worked hard. Everyone already knew that. The shocking secret was just how much of the group's story had been shaped by his efforts behind the scenes long before the spotlight arrived. Suddenly, countless moments throughout SDRY Kid's history took on new meaning. The creative freedom. The musical identity. The team dynamic. The resilience during challenges. The confidence to experiment. All of it pointed back to foundations built years earlier. For many fans, this discovery completely changed how they viewed SDRY Kid's journey. Because success no longer looked like a series of lucky opportunities. It looked like the result of years of planning, sacrifice, leadership, and unwavering belief. And that is why this revelation earns the #1 spot. Not because it exposed a hidden scandal. Not because it created controversy. But because it revealed the invisible architecture supporting everything fans love about Stray Kids today. And perhaps that's the most powerful secret of all. The greatest influences are often the ones people notice last. As we've explored these 5 shocking discoveries, a fascinating pattern begins to emerge. Lino showed us that leadership can exist quietly behind the scenes. Seungmin revealed that excellence is often built through relentless dedication. Han demonstrated that creativity runs far deeper than appearances suggest. Changbin proved that transformation is possible through persistence and resilience. And Bang Chan reminded us that great success is rarely accidental. It is often the result of vision, sacrifice, and years of unseen effort. Together, these stories reveal something bigger than any single secret. They show that Stray Kids is not simply a group of talented performers. It is a collection of individuals whose strengths complement one another in remarkable ways. Behind every song, every performance, and every achievement lies a story of growth, teamwork, discipline, creativity, and trust. And maybe that's the real discovery fans have made. The biggest secret about Stray Kids was never hidden in a rumor, a headline, or a viral moment. It was hidden in the countless small sacrifices, unseen efforts, and personal journeys that quietly built one of K-pop's most respected groups. Which discovery surprised you the most? And what hidden story do you think fans will uncover next? Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep supporting the artists whose stories continue to surprise us every single day.